So it's 10 minutes after 3 a.m. Friday morning. And so, of course, I'm wide awake. I don't know. I went to bed at a normal time. But we've learned a lot of things this week. And I think one thing that we've learned that I haven't heard anybody talk about yet. So we've gotten all of these emails that were released. I mean, whatever it was, Monday, Tuesday, that the Democrats released 3 emails. And then Republicans on the Oversight Committee released an additional 20,000 pages of documents, which contain the emails that we've all been going through for the last 2 days. Those emails, those 20,000 pages, were subpoenaed by Democrats from the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. Nobody had subpoenaed the estate of Jeffrey Epstein previously, which tells me that not only did Merrick Garland, when he was appointed Attorney General by Joe Biden at the beginning of Joe Biden's term, not only did Merrick Garland sit on his ass for 20 months before opening any kind of an investigation into Donald Trump for trying to overturn the 2020 election and for the insurrection at the Capitol. But it tells me that the entire 4 years that Merrick Garland was Attorney General, he didn't do anything, literally anything at all, to continue the investigation into Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators. These emails that we've all been reading for the last couple of days were available that entire time. If Merrick Garland had sent a subpoena to the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. So Merrick Garland didn't do that. Nor did he continue any kind of an investigation into Jeffrey Epstein relative to the 300,000 or 400,000 pages of documents that the DOJ and the FBI already had in their possession at the beginning of Joe Biden's presidency. Jeffrey Epstein died in like August or September of 2019 when Donald Trump was still president. When he was arrested, at that point, additional search warrants were executed for his homes. The DOJ and the FBI had all of that material that they seized when they arrested him for the second time in 2019. And apparently Merrick Garland's DOJ just sat on that stuff and did nothing. And didn't seek any additional materials that could have been released prior to the 2024 election and the 2024 campaigns. Merrick Garland did literally nothing for 4 years. And after waiting 20 months before starting any investigation into Donald Trump, and very shortly thereafter appointing Jack Smith as a special prosecutor, Jack Smith worked as hard and as fast as he could, but he was already more than a year and a half behind. So he brought the 2 indictments that he did quicker than any other prosecutor could have done so, but he didn't have enough time. because of Merrick Garland. I hope that for the rest of his life, Merrick Garland just feels a pit in his stomach, and I hope that he spends the rest of his life with an overwhelming sense of failure for having let the entire country down because he was consumed with some concept of decorum or whatever it was that prevented him from even investigating Donald Trump during the first 20 months of Joe Biden's presidency, and for the fact that these emails could have come out years ago if Merrick Garland had done literally anything while serving as Attorney General. Because now I'm just sitting here wondering, like, what the fuck did that guy even do for 4 years? And it's just one more example of this country completely failing, completely falling down on the job when it comes to even getting close to holding wealthy, powerful white men accountable for literally anything. For literally anything. Because we just don't do that in this country. We just don't do that. Our prisons are full of black and brown people and poor people. And powerful white men with money literally get to do whatever they want to do to whomever they want to do it with zero accountability, even when the good guys win elections. You know, and you appoint some kind of staunch traditionalist like Merrick Garland, who's respectable, who's respected by both sides, who gets in that job and didn't do a single goddamn thing. He had to be dragged kicking and screaming to investigate and prosecute Donald Trump for crimes that we all saw happen live on television. We all saw it happen live. And Merrick Garland still wouldn't do that. And then he apparently literally did nothing to further the investigations into Jeffrey Epstein and his co-conspirators. These emails aren't new. They were just sitting there waiting for someone to ask for them. And an attorney, I think his name's Brad Edwards, went on the Lawrence O'Donnell show in July and said Democrats need to subpoena the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. And so they did. And those are the documents that we're all reading now, this week, in the middle of November of 2025. The next time there is a Democrat who wins the presidency and they appoint someone to be Attorney General, that person needs to be questioned hard by both sides during their confirmation hearing. I mean, because what the fuck, man?